Well, folks, welcome back to Automotive Adventures with Austin. Today, we're talking small block Ford stuff, specifically small block Ford flywheel stuff. We got our resident Ford guy, Uncle Terry, who knows all there is to know about small block Ford stuff, Mustang stuff.
I don't know if it's all you need to know to get it balanced right. I'll tell you that.
You're a wealth of knowledge.
I'm a wealth of knowledge.
Wealth of knowledge.
A warehouse of knowledge is somebody stole all the books out.
From back in the days when we used to use books, you had to look stuff up. I want to talk about flywheel stuff. We are currently picking up my new flywheel for the 351 Windsor Budget Build that we were building. And because of that, this is a little bit different than what I'm used to. There is a little bit of a difference in Ford flywheels.
Correct.
Depending on what you're doing, what generation it's of,
right,
what size it is in small block Ford world.
Right. Whether the most important thing is whether it's a one-piece rear seal motor, which is the 82 and up motor, or an 81 and down, which is a two-piece rear seal motor. Just like when Chevrolet went to a one-piece rear seal, they had to externally balance. Mm-hmm. It went from internally balanced to externally balanced on the flywheel. The flywheel is externally balanced now,
right?
Even on a small block Chevrolet, because they had to do something to make up for that weight that's now gone.
Yeah.
So what they did was they put a weight on the flywheel. So in the Ford world, everything 64 to 81, 260s, 289s, 302s, 351, Cleveland's 351 Windsors are all 28 ounce. When they went to the one-piece rear seal in 82, the only block they changed to a one-piece rear seal was the 302s. So they had to change the weight on those to a 50 ounce. Now, and that's a 50 ounce harmonic balancer and a 50 ounce. What it actually means is a 50 ounce out of balance.
Correct.
To
an imbalance.
Imbalance.
Yes.
To balance the crankshaft like it's supposed to be. So everything 81 and down is 28.2 ounces. Everything from 82 and up is all 50 ounces. They did not change, and this is what we're talking about here, they never changed the 351 Windsor. The 351 Windsor never went to a one-piece rear seal, always stayed 28 ounce.
Through all the years, all the generations,
all the years.
Doesn't matter.
All the way from 1969 when they first started building 351 Windsors, all the way 95, 96 when they quit building them.
Yeah.
They're all still 28 ounce.
And that is a little confusing.
It is, because
even for me, I was looking at stuff on the internets, and the way that it reads.
Yeah. Well, the comma is your friend.
Yes.
The comma is your
yes.
friend.
The comma changes the sentence.
It changes the sentence.
This is for this generation to this generation, 289s, comma
351 Windsor.
351 Windsor. All 351 Windsors.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's a little complicated for me is because I am doing this as a budget build, we did not mess with anything as far as balancing goes.
Right.
Normally speaking, when I am doing an engine build, I am getting rid of all the externally balancing stuff, and I am doing internally balancing.
Internally balanced, yeah.
Which means you end up with a neutral balance flywheel.
Which you can, and it's a zero balance flywheel,
Right.
zero balance harmonic balancer.
Right.
And you internally balance all reciprocating assembly.
Right. But in that case...
Rotating assembly is easier to say.
Yes. Reciprocating mass.
Reciprocating mass.
Yes. But in that case, then you're balancing the rod piston assembly with all of the bits and pieces.
Correct.
You're balancing all of that stuff.
Which a lot of machine shop still balance externally balanced motors.
Yes.
What they do is make sure that all the pistons weigh the same, all the rods weigh the same.
Right.
And that's balancing as far as that stuff is concerned, because you don't want a piston that's 20 grams heavier on one end than you do the other end, because it even though it's an externally balanced motor, it still messes with dynamics, harmonics. It still messes with that. So that's it. I mean, as long as you got, and people make huge mistakes, and it causes a lot of grief because it'll bolt on there.
Yeah.
If you happen to put a 50 ounce out of balance flywheel on a 28-ounce motor with a 28-ounce. Even if you changed it to a 50-ounce, it does bad things.
Yeah.
It vibrates like a biatch. I mean,
Right.
it is bad. It'll vibrate.
It's trying to shake itself
It's
apart.
trying to shake itself apart.
Right.
And if you change either one of those things,
Right.
even if you change both of them to the wrong one, it's still bad. It's still bad because it's not in balance.
Yeah.
So it screws everything up. So, but it's the same thing. GM was somewhat smart on that because when they went to the one-piece rear seal stuff in 86, when they went to one-piece rear seal, they also changed the bolt pattern.
So you can't.
You can't. You cannot physically put it on there. It won't bolt on. It's a smaller bolt circle. It won't physically bolt on. However, you can bolt a 400 flywheel on a 350, and it does exactly the same thing. It does exactly the same thing. It'll make a mess.
Yeah.
It'll make a mess. But the 400, they didn't change it because it's a. They went to a one-piece rear seal on the 400 small blocks. They just needed something to dampen the harmonics more on it because it's a heavier crankshaft. Mm-hmm. That's the reason they went to an externally balanced front and rear. Same as a 454 versus a 427. 454s are all externally balanced. 427s are all internally balanced. 396s are all internally balanced. So they went to the big motor and these big honking pieces of iron on the crankshaft. They had to balance it. There's no way they could balance it on the inside and get it enough of it off to get it where it would internally balance. So they had just externally balanced.
Makes sense.
Much easier, especially mass
cheaper.
producing stuff.
Exactly. Much cheaper.
Especially mass producing stuff.
Yeah.
Lots easier.
So in the wonderful world of these, you also have a difference as far as the size of clutch disc that you're going to be running, as far as also teeth that are also on this.
Well, it's they make a 157 tooth and a 164 tooth. Same as GM makes a 153 tooth and a 168 tooth. What it does, it helps. Like if you got an 11-inch clutch, for example. Mm-hmm. If you're making a lot of horsepower, and say you need to run an 11-inch clutch, yes, you run a 164 tooth flywheel, and there's room for an 11-inch clutch. On a 157 tooth, there's not. The biggest clutch you can run is a 10 and a half. Yeah. Okay. And it also helps with harmonics too, higher RPMs,
right.
Stuff like that.
And this is really all about, as you were saying, as far as the reciprocating mass thing,
right, exactly.
is make sure everything is correct.
Right.
And I'll be honest, this is my first kind of foray into this world. Again, everything I've really ever done has been internally balanced. So I've been a neutral balance, my flywheel or flex plate, whatever it is, and my balancer is going to be neutral.
Right.
But because we're trying to be budget friendly, we didn't go through the whole balancing of the rotating assembly situation to be able to do this because that's money, that's a couple $100. Now it is money that's well spent.
To internally balanced and externally balanced motor, you got to drill holes in front crank throw and install what's called Mallory metal in them, which is an extremely heavy piece of metal. And the more you put in, the more expensive it gets. And and
then it has to be welded in.
It has to be welded in, or in Billy's case, at one time it was not.
Or it'll remove itself.
And that was a bad deal.
I seem to remember a really terrible accident.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
That's like the third race out for the Nova.
It forcibly removed itself through the oil pan.
And then took out the whole front end of the car. That was not pretty.
Yeah, but all for a slug.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like a bullet. It's just like a bullet physically, and it went right through the oil pan.
Yep.
So that's the thing about it. But it's it's same. Like if I had some 351 Clevelands that I internally balanced, and because they were ultra high RPM motors.
That was going to be my next question.
If you're up past 7,500 RPM, externally balanced stuff doesn't like to live long. So you internally balanced motors. But I have a steel crankshaft built for that, and then you have to basically balance the entire rotating assembly,
right,
and neutral balance the flywheel and the harmonic balancer, and those motors ran 11,000 plus RPM.
Now, my world with this thing, RPM's not an issue.
Right. No.
We're probably talking 5,600, 5,700 RPMs.
On a good day.
And we're done with. So a lot of RPM, not a big deal. Also, planning ahead, this is going to be enough flywheel for when I later on down the road need to put a Tremec transmission in this thing.
Sure.
So
we're fine.
I'm going to put a clutch against this thing.
Right.
This is the reason I'm buying this today is because this motor's going on the dyno. So we need to be able to do this because Bob only has a neutral balanced or zero balanced flywheel for the small block Fords. So we needed to get this to be able to get this thing on the dyno and get it fired up. But this is also, because I also probably have exactly the same thing in there now.
No, it's 50.
It's 50 ounce.
Yeah.
So I don't have it. So I need it anyway.
Right.
So, but what we want to do is buy once, cry once.
Right.
So this way I can put a good clutch on this thing, and when my T5 decides to exit the chat, and we end up going to a Tremec, a TKX or whatever, we're still going to be fine.
Work either way.
I don't have to buy another couple $100.
Good thing about it, I mean, if say your stuff has got, which I'm sure it does, it's a 10.5-inch clutch on it now, that'll work. If you're going to go to a bigger clutch, still use it because it's got the bolt pattern for 11-inch clutch on it too. So
I can't imagine I'm going to need an
it'll work either
11-inch
way.
clutch on this thing.
It's 11-inch clutch. I mean, it's not out of the realm. If with the horsepower that this motor is going to make, no, you would.
Yeah.
You would. A 10.5-inch clutch works fine. I mean, my boss rails who's got a 10.5-inch clutch works fine. I mean, it'll go to 7,000 plus RPM.
How much nitrous can we spray against it?
As much as you want.
The motor gives up before the clutch will.
The motor will give a long time for the transmission.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, wanted to use this as an opportunity to do a little teaching with flywheel stuff because this wasn't a world that I played in. So I think it's probably something that's interesting. I'm very excited to see what this thing is going to make. I don't really want to make any predictions. I know in my head what I want, and I know what the other one made. I don't think I'm going to get there. To what that one?
It won't, but
Hell of a lot more camshaft.
I would say it should be fairly close. Maybe not quite that much. Maybe not quite that much torque.
So, for instance, just FYI, if you haven't seen this, over on the Lucor channel, we ran a customer's 351 Windsor, and it was an 82 or 83 block, non-roller camshaft, but it had an entire Edelbrock top end kit on it. So, Edelbrock E Street heads, Edelbrock Edelbrock camshaft, had comp cams rollers on it, and it made 360 and 420, 360 horsepower, 420 foot-pounds of torque, which is pretty good.
That's really good.
Out of a very, very pump gas friendly motor.
Right.
Now we have not done anything as far as bumping compression up. We skim cut the heads a little bit. Have not touched the block. We're running factory original pistons on a 1995 351 Windsor. I have done a little tiny bit of cleaning up on those E7 heads, which may get me something, I think.
I think it will. You get that big bump out of the exhaust, that helps immensely. I mean, it'll help a lot.
I want to see if it makes it over 350. Let's say 351. If it makes over 1 horsepower per cubic inch, and 400 foot-pounds of torque, I'm just ecstatic. Anything beyond that's extra cheese.
I would say it would be close, simply because the camshafts are really good camshaft. I mean, it makes ungodly power, 1,500 up in that range, all the way to 5,500, 6,000. So
off idle power is important for that.
Off idle power is important on a motor like that, and it won't hurt your torque curve any at all. It should make. It wouldn't shock me if it made 350 pounds of torque. It wouldn't shock me at all. So you have a square motor.
You think it'll make 350, 350?
Yeah, 350.
Okay.
Somewhere around that, it would be my guess.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't blow it up, it should make.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Terry. Yeah.
No, it's new. I mean, it's.
Well, I mean, it's still original pistons.
It's cheap, but it's new.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got everything. I mean, you got new bearings, it's got new rings, you got new camshaft, got new lifters. I mean, new oil pump. I mean,
new rockers.
New rockers.
New push rods.
The only thing that you can say the only thing it's using is the rotating assembly.
Right.
But it's got new rings. It's sealed up.
Yes.
It's sealed back up, unlike it was.
Yes.
So,
Probably.
I would say, but it's still loose enough because it's got wear on it. That it's because everything's still standard.
Yep.
Everything's still standard.
Well, bearing, yeah, we turn the crankshaft,
Yeah.
but otherwise,
Yeah.
everything else is.
Everything's standard. Everything's basically standard. So, I say it's loose enough not to be too tight. So
Loose is fast.
Yeah, loose is fast, and I would say it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities to do a square motor 350 350. It wouldn't shock me. Like I said, the camshaft's the big deal. The camshaft's the big deal because that camshaft is a really good camshaft. It's basically the same camshaft as an E303, 520 lift.
Yeah.
Yeah, right at 520 lift. And you Mustang guys will know an E303 is a great camshaft. I mean, especially with a 5-speed, it's a great camshaft with a 5-speed. I mean, a B303 works great with an automatic and a 5-speed. It's only 480 lift. So the RPM range is it starts falling off around 4,500, 5,000 RPM. Mustangs. Early on Mustangs, even with the B303, aren't designed to go 6,000 plus because you have to start jacking, especially it's fuel injected. You got to start jacking with the trying to get into the fuel system where you get the cutoff off because it's usually a fuel pump. It's got a fuel pump cutoff on it around 6,000, 6,200 RPM. It
Makes
shuts
sense.
the fuel pump off.
Yeah.
So you don't want that to happen anyway. But yeah, this carburetor, we don't have to worry about none of that stuff.
Right.
So we don't have a restriction on that. Everything, as far as everything that's in the motor, could go to 6,000 RPM if it was still making power at 6,000.
Where would you say we stop? Where do you think we're going to stop?
I would say 5,800, 6,000 RPM somewhere because I don't think you're going to make any power above that.
And it's on a dual plane manifold.
It's on dual plane intake,
So-
which is still basically a 1,500 to 6,000 RPM intake manifold. So
I think my heads are my major restriction.
your heads would be some restriction on there, but at the same time, torque wise, they'll help with bottom end torque.
Correct.
So they get a set of free breathing heads, like the Jegs heads or
Yeah.
AFRs or something like that, or if you go with the GT40 heads, bigger ports, same valve size. I think is the E7.
Same valves, yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the big restrictions in the exhaust,
And it's a little bit more compression.
and it's got a little more compression, and it would probably, best day ever, it would probably give you 20, 25 horsepower more at the same RPM. I would say, when you're up there,
Yeah.
not when you're down. It might give you a little more horsepower, lower RPM, and a little more horsepower, higher RPM. Mid-range and stuff like that, it would probably be exactly the same. You wouldn't pick up a whole lot at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The
we'll see.
GT40Ps, the good thing about them is the exhaust. Everything, they're built for the exhaust side. I mean, that's why they built them.
Yeah.
Because they put them on those 302 motors and Explorers.
Yeah.
And that's all about torque. That's what it is.
Right. Which would make sense also
Yeah.
in a heavy car.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's all about the torque. Now, obviously, the car's transitioning a little bit,
Right.
but we still want to have that low end grunt, that low end torque to be
Sure.
able to move
Sure.
that big
Exactly.
boat down the road.
Exactly.
Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoy that. Hopefully you're interested in the 351 Windsor dyno. That's going to be coming next. I got to get up to Bob's, get the rest of this stuff done, get everything assembled on this motor, and get it on the dyno. We'll have that coming to you next. So hopefully you enjoyed this little Ford small block rotating assembly education. As always, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one. I hope. Take care.